Hey, what's going on, folks? Captain Forest here, and today I'm going to be scaling YoshiKage Kira from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4. Shout out to Phoenix, of course, for making the thread. All of this was written by him. I was going to make the thread myself, but he did insist on making it on his own, and I do appreciate that. I will go over, majority of what he says, but obviously I will, because of, certain spelling errors and stuff, or whatever his weird way of wording words, I'll kind of just break it down so it's easy to understand. But yeah, let's get into his abilities. I'll talk about speed and AP last. So his abilities, so Killer Queen has like 3 main abilities throughout the throughout the series. So his first ability, it's basically the first bomb / primary bomb. He can basically turn people and objects into explosives via touch. He can cause them to basically be vaporized by the explosion, so there's nothing left of them. He did this to the harvest stand. When I can't remember his name, begins with an S, but the fat dude basically thought that YoshiKage took his sandwich, and that's when it went ugly for him, because YoshiKage pretty much touched the 100 yen coin and made it explosive. And when it was touched, he pretty much detonated the his ability, the primary bomb, and he pretty much made the coin explode in the harvest stand's face, causing his face to be pretty much deranged and disfigured. Now, he didn't die from the initial explosion at first, was because he tossed the coin kind of a little bit early-ish. Because if he didn't toss the coin, it would have literally just been vaporized there and then. And yeah, this is just more showings of how dangerous his smart bomb ability is. So he was steps ahead of the harvest stand. He knew the harvest stand was going to try and contact Josuke to try and get help and also heal himself. But YoshiKage touched the door handle, making it explosive upon contact. And when YoshiKage did that, he just pretty much waited for the harvest stand to find the right dorm. And then when he touched it out of desperation, because he didn't know it was explosive, because obviously he was on the verge of death, that's when he blew up. So yeah, he can make anything explosive. Even humans, he can make objects explosive too. He also made these pair of panties explosive. When the pervert, this fat weird dude, touched it, he completely blew up and got vaporized. He can also control his explosions when he uses his first bomb. He can leave any specific part of his choosing. Again, going back to his weird hand fetish, he pretty much he has this thing for hands, female hands. So usually he'll vaporize their whole body, and except for the hand, and leave it there for him to indulge on. But yeah, that's pretty much it for his first ability. His second ability, he has it's basically Mark II. It's called Sheer Heart Attack. It's pretty much this mini tank skull thing. It's extremely durable, and it has this weird thing where it chases after objects or a person that gives off heat signatures, and he will chase you down into the ends of the earth. And when he touches his opponent, he will also ignite explosions when in close range, and it's pretty much nigh indestructible to attacks and spiritual attacks, because when Jotaro and Koichi were inside the clothes shop, Jotaro literally tried his hardest to try and break it. He was using Star Platinum to pummel it to no end. He used his time stop on it, punched it to oblivion, and did nothing. Literally, the tank was chill. And I believe, yeah, to the point where like the tank was so durable, when Jotaro was punching it so much, his knuckles started to bleed. So yeah, this is just more showing sort of like how insanely durable the sheer heart attack is. And also, sheer heart attack has like a 50-meter range. So like usually like stands have like an issue with being kind of out of range, because if stands are like too far from the user, the stand's powers become like weaker. But because of like heart attack's unique ability, it can keep going for at least 50 meters. So this happened when YoshiKage went for a cup of coffee, and he was like, alright, I'll just leave heart attack to just doo-doo on Jotaro and freaking Koichi while I just have a cup of coffee. So it doesn't need to be there. So that's pretty much it for like Mark 2. I'm going to go on to like Mark 3, his most powerful ability called Bites the Dust. So Kira can implant like, he can implant his stand, Killer Queen, into like non-stand users. Pretty much anyone who knows of his identity. And he can like obviously tell people's identity too, for it to work. It triggers automatically when its host reveals its identity, whether audibly or through writing. When someone asks them about Kira, or when another stand user sees it, once that happens, like once that condition is met, the stand quickly enters into the eye of the person who's just mentioned his identity. Bites the Dust's ability pretty much kicks in, and then he pretty much explodes the victim and completely vaporizes them. And after that like happens, he pretty much reverses time around an hour, and with the only person who retains the memory of previous loops being its host. Not even Kira knows what it has done. Those who were blown up from the bomb are fated to die the same way, regardless if the situation isn't the same as before. So also it works on like different people like simultaneously. He can blow people up with this ability. So I'll explain it real quick. So when Rohan like read the pages and like found out the identity, that's when Rohan pretty much was like pretty much fated to die. He activated Mark 3's ability, causing him to explode. And then after the explosion occurred, that's when time was destroyed and time was reversed, causing Hayato to be in the exact same situation every morning. And also, like, there is a bit of like fate resistance in a sense, because when Hayato tried to change fate by changing the scenario of how things play out, it was like a fixed fate, so it still occurred. Even when he tried not to meet up with Rohan, when he purposely avoided Rohan, when he says, "Hey, I gotta change fate," the event still played out. He still had his face red, and Rohan still basically got blown up, which makes the ability pretty dangerous. As long as YoshiKage still follows the script, it will still occur regardless. Even if like I said before, when Hayato was hiding and tried to change the scenario of what happened, it still kicked in and Rohan still got blown to pieces. And here's another scenario when basically he met up with the Josuke and the gang. He basically was trying his best not to make them ask questions about YoshiKage or mention anything about him, which failed. They basically, even when they like tried to like fight really quick, they tried to like kill him, it didn't work. Like the ability was like activated inherently, and they all got blown up to pieces, leaving like Hayato in just like a bumbling mess. He was like, oh my god, like I'm just stuck in this loop. So yeah, that's pretty much it for like Mark 3's main ability. He also has like a protection ability as well. So if the user tries to like try anything funny, who's like affected by it, like for example when Hayato tried to off himself, Killer Queen will protect the user. He will protect like the person who's like under the effect of like bites the dust. So like even when Hayato tried to like stab himself and stuff, that didn't work. And that's pretty much it for like Mark 3, Mark 2, and Mark 1. So onto the other stuff. I'm going to talk about like the substand real quick. Stray cat. This strange looking cat can like shoot like concussive like balls of air, which are invisible to the eye. Like even like characters like inherently like the stand users who have like spiritual awareness, like stand users like I mentioned, even they can't see it. It's like invisible to them. And it's even invisible to like standard humans too. Like when Hayato's mom got like hit by the concussive air ball, she didn't know what was going on. She couldn't even see it. And even like YoshiKage himself, he couldn't see the ball itself. He couldn't see the air. Another thing as well, the stand can also like create like air shields too, which is like described as like a balloon feeling when YoshiKage tried to like step on it and his leg ended up slipping. So like pretty much defensive protection. And also the cat will put up a barrier instinctively because the cat acts on instinct. And also another thing is that the air balls, if they get into your skin, they will like go through your bloodstream and through your veins, and obviously blow up like a vital area. And it's also dangerous. It's also fatal because it will go into the lungs and also pop your lungs, because the human body can only like absorb a certain amount of oxygen. So yeah, the cat's pretty dangerous. Now you're thinking why I'm talking about this cat? There's a very big reason why I'm talking about this cat, because the cat fuses with Killer Queen and they become a deadly team. So when the air bubbles are combined with the first bomb of Killer Queen, the balls basically become like explosive bubbles. And they also are completely stabilized even when sloshed to pieces. So if somebody tries to like cut them in half, the balls won't explode, they won't like dissipate or anything like that. They will continue to follow the target. So even when like it was sliced in half, it was still chasing after Josuke. And the air bubbles, the air bullets, they can also like phase through objects and walls. So anything with like any type of small micro crack or anything in it, it can just go through it. So yeah, just more scans of how it is. And that's pretty much it for all like YoshiKage's abilities, including like the combined stand users. It's pretty dangerous with the explosive bubbles, because you can also make the bubble remote and also like detonate it as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's go into like AP and speed real quick. So the attack potency should be easily around like large town level, like scaling to like Josuke, who fought like Red Hot Chili Pepper, who absorbed all the electricity in Morio, which was calced at large town level. And just here's some scans. And that's the fight with like Josuke and Kira. And he's like the calc. I'll put that down in the description if you guys want to see that too. So onto the speed. So massively faster than light. So like Killer Queen easily blitz like Echo's Act 3, who tagged Black Sabbath before it stabbed Jurino, which was stated to be faster than Gold Experience, who can keep up with Sticky Fingers in combat, who could land a hit on King Crimson, who completely blitzed Silver Chariot, who's able to intercept Hangman at 364 times the speed of light. I don't know if that's a little error because I did read below. Like, I think he puts it at 365. But yeah, this is just like all like the speed feats here. I'll quickly just show them. Oh, my bad. That's bloody highway go-go. But yeah, this is just like all like the speed feats occurring. The interception of Hangman was calced at 365 times. I think it's one or the other. 364, 65 times the speed of light. And this was like without like the armor breaking boost, which obviously that amps. So the chariot, when his armor's broken off, he gets a lot faster. And yeah, that's pretty much it for like YoshiKage Kira and all his abilities. If you guys enjoyed, let me know. New to the channel, subscribe. Interesting in more like JoJo scaling, just let me know down in the comment section. I have a thread here. I'll definitely happily go over more. But yeah, that's pretty much it.